Okay, so we will go to today's seminar. It's on the topic, why do bad things happen to good people? Has anybody ever wondered this? Why do bad things happen to good people? How many of you wondered this before? कैसे क्यों हो रहा है यार life में? This person, you know, he's so nice and so many problems happening to him or her. Or some people are so much, worse. उनके साथ सब अच्छा हो रहा है. ऐसे क्यों होता है? Has anybody ever wondered this in life? Any of you?
I think it's all about karma.
Okay, all right.
I read it somewhere. This is all because what karma we did in past, and we should not, leave our faith in God even if bad things are happening. Because everything what happens is meant to be with some lesson or something in life.
Yeah, that's very nice. So why that happens, we are not asking the answer, but we are asking if anybody wondered this. कभी किसी को ऐसे लगा कि अरे यार ये कैसे हो रहा है life? Did anybody wonder like that in life?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So many of us, we are put in different situations and we are made to think. So let's move forward. So some people, they say कि अगर हर कुछ भगवान से ही आ रहा है, everything coming from God, then the distress is also coming from God. Then miseries and problems are also coming from God. So फिर तो God is responsible for everything. He is responsible for our distress also. He's taking fun in making us distressed. So some people may say that. कभी ऐसा कोई मिला है आपको जो ऐसे बोलता है? या कभी आपने you might have read. So how will you answer that? There's so much problems happening in the world, so much miseries. Who is doing it? If God is doing everything, then He is responsible for all the miseries, all the problems, isn't it? Any comments by anybody? Everybody is welcome to speak if anybody want to share something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Again.
Means I don't have any suggestion, but I'm still wondering why it is happening. So I will give one example that I feel. So I know one of my relative. He is doing puja all his life, like because in the Bhagavatam it is written at end of the.
Is God responsible for?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Please continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit long, explaining a little long. I just want to say there is a, I know one relative who pray all his life. And as I know from the Bhagavatam, they said in the end of the life, if one take the name of Krishna or Narayan, he will get to the Godhead. But now in the end of the life, he is losing all the memory because of age. Means he could not do the prayer, he could not do the puja, and like having all the troubles. So I'm just wondering, he pray all his life regularly, and now the mind is not supporting, like he's not able to memorize everything, he's not able to recognize the family members. And this is the most misery I can feel. Not only the trouble, but not able to remember the name of God or Krishna. So this is my question. I hope you understood what I want to say. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Could you got my question? Like misery as well as not able to remember.
Right now we are beginning the seminar. So questions we'll take in the end. Right now, it is my question to others. My question to you, why is this happening? So first you have to answer.
As I know, it's by the karma,
For
past karma.
all the problems. Sorry, Mrigan Prabhu, can you repeat? Your voice was.
Yes, because of past karma, past year life and current life, the karma we did.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Probably I can just add, maybe, I don't know if this is correct, but happiness and distress in this world, in this material life, is the nature of this material world. So since we chose to come here, we are suffering the karmas and the happiness and distress caused by those karmas. But it's not, God can guide us, but he's not directly responsible for those happiness and distress.
Okay, very nice. Anybody else wants to say anything before we go forward? Okay. So Vedas in general and Bhagavad Gita specifically talks about 5 subjects matter. So what are the 5 subjects matter? Those subjects are in front of you. The subject matters which the Bhagavad Gita talk about and the Vedas in general talk about is super soul or Paramatma, Atma or Jiva or spirit soul, Prakriti or material nature, Kala, which is time, and Karma, action and reaction. तो ये 5 चीजों के को डिटेल में डिस्कस करते हैं स्क्रिप्चर्स, स्पेशली द भगवद गीता, राइट? So first is the Prakriti or the material world. Many times we see even the scientific community, we use word like the nature is doing this, right? Some people say Mother Nature is doing. So if Mother Nature is doing, then who is the father, or who is controlling the Mother Nature? And what is the what are the laws by which the material world work or the Prakriti work? And then of course, where has the soul come from? And where are we going? So the scriptures, the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. So this seminar, this series of seminar as I had mentioned before, it is supposed to be continuation starting from the first topic which we discussed 4 days ago to the current topic, and it is all systematically done in a very structured and scientific manner. People are generally very much inclined to doing sentimental blind faith, superstitious faith, कि हाँ भाई मेरे मन में चला तो मैंने इसको भगवान मान लिया, मैंने उसको भगवान मान लिया. There is no scientific basis on how people understand these things. So people in our generation, especially me, I don't encourage blind faith and superstitious belief system, sentimentally, just believing something and just without any basis really following it. So that is the reason this scientifically structured seminar is made. So those who have attended the whole seminar from the first lecture to now, they definitely will get a lot out of it, and if any of them have any questions, they can definitely come forward and ask. However, others who have not watched, it's my request to kindly first watch the whole seminar, because it will be very difficult for us to cover all of that in just one day. So that being said, we will continue on today's topic. The scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the scripture we briefly talked about yesterday, talks about the journey of the soul and how we've been at different times in different planetary systems. And it talks about how our universe, which is so huge and vast, its borders we can't even figure out currently with our all the scientific modern technology. It talks that beyond this material world is the Brahma Jyoti. And just like we have our universe, there are many such universes. In fact, in the scientific community also, there are theories of parallel universes and theories of that sorts. But Srimad Bhagavatam clearly tells that how there are so many universes, and then there is the Brahma Jyoti, and then beyond that is the Vaikuntha planets. So it gives a very clear orientation of how our universe is. And different other Vedic texts also gives it. Based upon the orientation and the principles governing, they have ways by which they have calendars, Vedic calendars. We have ways to predict eclipses. Now, eclipses can be predicted by modern science, but eclipses can be predicted by the Vedic teachings also. So there has to be something scientific going on. Otherwise, how can they predict the eclipses in a very accurate manner? So those who are, having this knowledge, they can, predict all these things. So in the same way, they talk not only what science has discovered, but also what science will discover in future, probably. And that is, how big our universe is and the orientation and stuff. And based upon this, we are having a Vedic planetarium being built. It is almost complete. It's been almost 10 years now. It's under construction in West Bengal. In West Bengal, there is a city called Mayapur. In Mayapur, this particular Temple of Vedic Planetarium, TOV, Temple of Vedic Planetarium is being constructed, and it shows it will be fully functional by next year, and it will be showing all how day and night are happening, how different seasons are happening, how eclipses are happening, all these things according to the Vedic science. So continuation of that, it talks about how the soul or the jiva enters in the Prakriti, and the Prakriti has its own stages. Prakriti or this universe or this creation, it has different periods in which it forms, and how in different millennium there is destruction also of the universe. So that happens as a cycle. So then the question comes, how did we land up here? How did the soul came to this particular situation where we are? And the answer is at some time period in the past. So we discussed about reincarnation. We discussed how we have so many different, times in the past we had different bodies, and we changed from one body to another. But before all of this, there was opportunity for us to make a decision whether we want to be here or not. And based upon our desires, we chose that we want to enjoy in this material world. And because we had that conception that, okay, maybe we want to enjoy, and we want to enjoy separate from the super soul or the supreme personality of Godhead, we landed up here. So now, of course, because of our own desires, we are in this situation. So when we are here in this world, we forget our true identity. We just think that we are this body. Like the other day, I was asking this question: are we this body, and within us there is a soul, or are we not this body? So many people are not sure what we are. I mean, are we this body, or are we not this body? And many people are saying that we are this body, and within us there is a soul. So then we clarified that the fact is we are not this body. The very reason we are identifying ourselves as this body is because of the conditioning. हमारे अंदर ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर चेंज हो गया है. We have a software fit in जिससे हम अपने आप को ये बॉडी समझ लेते हैं. We start thinking that we are this body and anything in connection to this body is mind. But when death comes, then all our conceptions, they get jolted and we get a shock. Then we realize, oh my God, making mistakes. So in the past, we chose to enjoy separate from God, and that's why we landed up here. And all the scripture says that. It's not that, only Vedas, there is some or the other, this conception is there. Even in Bible, for example, God told him to do something, Adam and Eve didn't do, asked him to not take an apple, they ate the apple, they landed up here, right? So in short, the idea is that we were not we are not total sync with the will of the God and wanted to enjoy separate from that. So then God created this. कई बार घर में होता है ना ऐसे कि the mother, she's cooking. Mother is cooking on the on a hot plate or a hot oven, and then the little daughter, she also wants, Mahira कहती है नहीं, I also want, right? And then what does the mother do? The mother says, okay, I'll make arrangements for you to cook. So she buys a kitchen set, give it to the child. This is a kitchen set for you. You take care of it. So similarly, we wanted to enjoy separate from God. We said, no, we should also have some separate place where we can enjoy nicely. So God arranged, okay, if that's what you want, material world for us, this prakriti, where the soul can enjoy, okay, based upon their desires. That's why we were discussing that there are 8.4 million species of life. How many? Who will repeat? How many species of life?
8.4 million.
8.4 million species. So 8.4 million. Why do we have 8.4 million species? Why 8.4 million species? Because there are 8.4 million types of desires which can be fulfilled in these bodies. So that's why, based upon our desires, we are given a body. And this body, as soon as we get this body, the misery begins. Because this body, we may think, "Arey, we have body, that's very good." But this body can be a source of so much problem, right? Especially if we have disease, if we have old age, if we have, some or the other, physical or mental problem, anything begins with this body. Because this body, even though it is so fascinating, such nicely made, but still has its own limitations. And when we come to this world, the nature of this world, we were discussing the other day, right? That if somebody is in library, that is called as pustakalaya, right? Or granthalaya, which means home for books. Similarly, Himalaya, right? It's the home for ice. And this world, what is the word used for this world? by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Dukh alay. Dukh means misery. So, as was mentioned, there may be some sukh also here, some happiness may be there, but it's ashashwat, very small, very tiny, for very short time. So then what? Should we become pessimistic that there is only dukh and misery in this world? No, man, that's not. It's not about being pessimistic. It's about realistic. Realistically speaking, there will be problems in everyone's life, and that's why we have different situations. Like people have stress management course because people can't take stress, right? So they face it and see how we can manage it. Similarly, we understand that this is dukhalay. So how to keep ourselves in this situation so that we are not affected by the misery or the dukkha. What are the possible things needed to be planned? So when we are planning something, right? Let's say we are planning a city. What are the different things which one has to think of before planning a city? Kaun batayega? If you are building a new city, let's say in the middle of a total barren deserted land, you did very nice, you made a very nice infrastructure and everything, a city, and you have an architect who will now build the city. So what all things you have to think about?
Source of water, Prabhuji.
Shruti, we can't hear you. Your mic is unmute, but I can't understand what you're saying. So can you type? Okay, Mrigendra Prabhu is saying a source of water. Very good. We need that. What else?
Where the people of the city will live.
Disposal system. Okay, Abhishek, very nice. Amy is saying plans. Yes, plan. That's true. What else?
Population. What kind of population are we going to have here?
What kind of population are we going to attract through that? Okay, roads. Very good. What else? What else?
Power source, water source.
Okay, power source. What else? Laws. Yes, very nice. So there'll be certain laws in the city, right? It will be traffic laws. It will be different other laws. Building materials. Yes, we need building materials. Okay, so let's say we have traffic laws or different laws. What about those who don't follow the laws? Okay, yes, Kanu is saying parks. Yes, parks we'll have. So all these parks or gardens or other places, there has to be some rules and laws to follow. So what if the laws, somebody doesn't follow the law or breaks the law? What are you going to do with them? What are you going to do with
Penal code.
So you have to punish them, right? So so somebody said, Amy said jail. Yes. So either you'll fine them or put them in jail, or different ways of having a way so that people can do things properly and nicely. So a part of having a city is also to have jail. Now somebody will say, "Arey yaar, what are you talking? Jail already? Abhi to aapne city banai bhi nahi hai. You haven't even made the city. Nobody has committed any crime. Why are you making a jail?" So what are you going to answer? So yes, to maintain peace, because even though nobody has done it yet, but there will obviously be some people who will break the law. There will be some people who will break the law, and there will be some way of reforming them, of making them better. So you'll need a jail for that. So similarly, when this creation was made, majority part of the creation is the spiritual world. Is the spiritual world, which is eternal, which is good, where everybody is following laws, nobody is breaking any law. And there is a small portion of this creation which is the material world. And this is the material world where we are living. Our universe comes in the material world. And the only reason we are here is because we broke some laws at some point in the past. That's the reason we landed up here. Now, even in a jail, you have A class cell, B class cell, C class cell, third grade, totally Kal Kothri, very, very dark cells. So in jail also there are different categories of cells. Some will be for VIPs, A class cell, they'll have air conditioner and other things, very nice facilities. And some may be like totally for very, very serious criminals who are murderers and, very, very, very dangerous. So in that, they will have completely blackout. Just one window will be there where a little bit of light will be coming. And they will, give you a little bit of food from a distance. And they'll shackle you with chains. So like that, different crimes mean different punishments. Similarly, in this material world also, we may be having a very good body. So that may be compared to like something like a first class cell. We may be having facilities. We may be having, good family, good bank balance, good resources to enjoy, and all of that. So that may be a first class cell. Somebody may be in a third class cell with, so many bodily problems, so many, they may be born with so many disabilities. So all those problems may be there. So alag category ke hisab se we'll have different bodies, different situations, different things, right? Okay, we'll keep moving. Sorry. We covered all of this. Okay, so planning for the city, all these things were mentioned: theaters, hospitals, buildings. And hospital is another thing. Hospitals are very important also, right? So hospital means where people are disease is cured. So this world is also like a hospital, not just like a jail, but also like a hospital. And we have come here for reformation, for getting connected. There's a facility of human body in which we can learn the higher science, and there is some incentive for doing good things, and we'll get penalized by the dukkhas, the problems, and that will give us more inspiration to go to something higher and better. So jail, this is like a prison house and also like a like a hospital. So what are the punishments here? Birth, disease, old age, and death. They are like the punishments, right? And the miseries. We discussed this. First day, Adi Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Devic. Now, who is the jailer of this prison house of the material world? Who will tell this? We covered this yesterday. Who is the jailer? कौन बताएगा?
Babaji, Durga Mata.
Yes, thank you. So Durga Devi, she is the jailer. She is the one who is controlling. Why does Durga ji sit on the lion? Who will tell? Why does she sit on the lion? Why not horse? Horse riding is nice. Why not elephant? Why not cow? We worship cow or bull. Why lion? Can anybody tell? Okay, Amy is saying show her dominance. Yes, you're right. So show her dominance to what? What does lion represent?
Riding the beast of the beast, showcasing her power over, taming power over the biggest beast.
Yeah, so all these are superficial answers. But superficially, we will feel this is what she's showing, but there is a hidden meaning here, very, very profound and deep. So lion represent mode of passion. So there are three modes of nature. One is goodness, one is passion, and one is ignorance. Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Satogun. What what is Satogun? Satogun means mode of goodness, where people are these are like the three ropes. Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun, or mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, are like the three ropes which is controlling each and everybody. So when mode of goodness is active, one feels very satisfied, he's very content, he's very happy, he's wanting to do charity and good to others, he is selflessly wanting to help the society and community, he's wanting to get up in the morning, he want to engage in things like, you know, reading poems and books and writing poems, and he's, you know, using his intelligence to do things for the constructive health for the whole world, right? So that is mode of goodness. Mode of passion means that person, or mode of passion, when that is active, person is very much inclined towards getting more name, fame, power, prestige. If I want something, if I want to have something, that has to be the best. This is mode of passion. Rajasic. Rajasic means like a Raja, like a king. Rajasic pravriti. So like kings have opulence and they have, you know, wealth. That is how mode of passion works. So each one can see, are we affected by more mode of goodness, more passion, more ignorance? Mode of goodness people, they want to wake up early. Mode of passion, they want to wake up late. Mode of ignorance, they want to wake up very, very late. Mode of ignorance means they don't, you know, care about helping others. They sometimes don't even care about, you know, helping our own self. And when mode of ignorance affect us, what happens? We tend to act in a way which may be like anger, violent, not thinking about the benefit of ourselves or others, engaging in things which will cause problems or harm or could be dangerous to us and others, like drinking, smoking, drugs, having tendency to hurt others or hurt ourselves for no reason or because of depression. So these are all mode of ignorance. So mode of passion will be very active during the noon time, you know, want to work hard, make more money, work for myself, not for others. Goodness means work for others. Ignorance means no work. We'll enjoy, we'll rest, we'll sleep, we'll, you know, wake up very late and stay awake whole night. So that is mode of ignorance. So goodness, passion, and ignorance. And a lion represent mode of passion. And Mother Durga, she is showing by this that she has full control over the passion. So therefore, in Bhagavad Gita also, there is a shloka comes, Krishna says, Devi Yeshu Gunumai, Mama Maya Duratyaya, Mam Evam Ye Prapadyante, Maya Mitam Tarantite. That my external energy, so who is Krishna's external energy? That's Durga Devi, right? It's very difficult to overcome because these three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, they shackle us like chains. वो chain से हमें बांध लेते हैं. So one chain is chain of gold, one chain is chain of silver, and one chain is chain of iron. So ignorance is chain of iron, passion is chain of silver, and goodness is chain of gold. But they are all chains because they bound us. So Krishna is saying the Bhagavad Gita that one who takes shelter of me is given protection of my energies. So Durga Devi, they help us in going out of this jail if we take shelter of Krishna, because she works in conjunction. She's a devotee. And if we want to just be in a better cell, that oh no, I want to stay in jail only, but Kal Kothari ki jagah, in a dark cell, that is not so good. Let me be in little bit of better cell, not a third class cell, but maybe second class cell, but in the jail only. So then she'll give you some material things, okay, you take this and be satisfied. So that is how that works. Is it making sense so far? We have a few more things to cover before we have questions, but if anything is unclear, just let me know. Okay, so Mother Durga, she punishes us also. She has this Trishul, right? So what is Trishul representing? Trishul is representing the three miseries: Adi Atmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Devik. So for those who are good, they can be promoted to the higher cell. Those who are very much advancing as devotees, they will actually be able to overcome the jail and come out of the jail very fast. But those who are not obeying and doing things wrongly or badly, they get punished by the Trishul. And what are the Trishul? The three miseries. Can anybody explain what were these three punishments or miseries? This we covered in the first day of the of this. So all those who are attending this series for the first time, I ask them to to first get a chance and share. If they can't do, then others can tell. So who will tell what is Adi Atmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Devik? These are the three kleshas.
Devik is earthquakes and all those sort of
Adi Devik,
natural
calamity. Natural calamities. Okay. What about Adi Bhautik? Anybody else? Who wants to say Adi Bhautik? Adi Bhautik. Okay, open to everybody. Anybody can answer.
Coronavirus, something like that, no?
Adi Bhautik. Shruti, you have to type because you are not audible. We can't see Shruti. Some problem in Shruti's end. Okay. Who else would like to say?
Atmik is something to do with the mansik tanav or your depression or something like
Very good, very good. So Adhyatmik means miseries due to our own mind, right? Miseries due to our own mind is Adhyatmika. Adi Devik means natural calamities. And who will tell Adi Bhautik? It's open to everybody. Anybody can answer.
Probably poorness or lack of material, not too sure, but something to do with bhautik.
Yes. So let's see if anybody remembers.
Which is caused by other living entities.
Yes, correct. Caused by other living entities. So coronavirus, it could be one of them, but anything which is caused by other living entities. For example, Padosi, our neighbor only, he comes and gives us misery, some or the other. He's angry from us. Or our family members, they can be causing misery to us. Or other living entities like kutte ne kaat liya aake, dog bite, cat bite, or a disease from other bacteria or other virus or any other living entity. They come and they cause problem. So that is Adi Bhautik. So what is the need of prison house? This is punishment activation. Okay. What is the first thing? So what is the first thing in the prison house? They change the clothes. So similarly, we get the bodies. This is material body. So this is the classification in the scriptures of 8.4 million species, how they are divided. There are 900,000 species which are living in the water. There are 2 million species or 20 lakh species of non-moving entities such as trees. There are more than 1 million species of insects and reptiles, 1 million species of bird, 3 million species of four-legged animals, and there are 400,000 or 4 lakh species of human beings. So that means within the human body, there are different consciousness levels. And because of that consciousness level, there are 400,000 human beings of different types. That is within the human species, right? This is very scientific because the species classification which the scriptures make is based upon the level of consciousness. What is our level of consciousness and our desires? So total 8.4 million species. These are the fish. Okay. So these are trees, insects and reptiles. So they are all living entities, right? Different examples are there. And humans, so many different types. Even demigods, they are, they are in the human species, but they are very, very advanced. They are not like, at our level. So that's why there are all the different ranges in that 400. So this is a prison house without walls. उनको कोई दीवार लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. ये ऐसा जेल है जो जिसमें वैसे ही we don't want to come out. That is how the jail is constructed. Durga Devi, Durga Mata, she is so clever. She knows how to keep us here, and she has constructed this whole creation in such a way that we don't even want to come out of it. So there is no need of any walls. Everything is open, and still we want to stay here. That is how attachment works. Because we are bound, right? We are bound with all these chains. So we talked about 3 chains: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Rajogun, Tamogun, or Satogun. कौन बताएगा, based upon what we just discussed, कौन बताएगा what are the qualities which are motivated by Satogun? When we are acted by Satogun or goodness, what kind of activities do we land up doing? Open to all. Goodness.
Kind.
Okay, we are kind to others. Very good. What else? Your service attitude. Yes. Thank you. We do service to others. What else?
Spiritual activity, Prabhuji.
Somebody is saying
Shama,
something.
Tap, Daya.
Oh, very good. Who is speaking this? Who is saying Shama?
Shama.
Very
Yes,
nice.
Shama, Tap, Daya.
Correct. So these are. So what? Can you explain what is Shama? Forgiveness, right?
Shama means
So forgiveness,
forgiveness.
austerity.
And Tap means fasting.
Yes. So tap means austerity, and austerity can be in different modes also, right? So mode of goodness people, they want to do austerity or tapasya for benefit of others and themselves, right? Because people who are influenced by mode of passion, they will also do tapasya, but passion, they will do it only for themselves. And ignorance, they will do tapasya. When we are attacked by ignorance, we want to revenge, we want to get angry. So in that also we do tapasya, but that is for hurting others and ourselves both. So you said Shama, Tap, Daya. Daya means kindness and compassion. Right? So all these are mode of goodness. So we'll give someone else chance, okay?
Satya.
So let's have someone else get chance of mode of goodness. What other things do we do in mode of goodness? Who else would like to say? Mode of goodness. I told so many things 2 minutes ago. Nobody's listening. Too boring. Couldn't present.
Other without being
You want to
selfish.
help others, want to do good for others.
Yes, you want to do good for others. Excellent. Goodness means doing good for others. Who else? Or what else can we do? Mode of goodness.
Without any selfish reason, we should provide a helping hand to others.
Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, what time?
Selflessly working.
What time of the day are they active most? Mode of goodness.
Get up early.
Yes,
Early morning.
early morning. Kuriyami, you were saying something. I missed that.
Selfless work.
Yes.
Selflessly helping somebody.
They are selfless. Very nice. So that is
And to be honest in whatever you're doing, to be sincere.
yes, honesty and sincerity. Very nice. Okay,
Faith in spiritual master, or maybe God.
that is even higher goodness. That is not quality of goodness. That is even better than goodness. So we'll come to that in the end.
Respecting others.
Respecting others. Very nice. Respecting and obedience. All right. Now, mode of passion. When mode of passion attack us, what kind of qualities we'll end up doing?
When you do things for yourself.
Okay. Yes. Doing things for selfish reason. You know, we want to do something because we want to motivate.
वीडियोस बहुत अच्छी बनाई है
वो ढूंढते हैं हर चीज में कि क्या फायदा क्या है यार. What is the, if you tell them, you know, do this, अच्छा क्या फायदा क्या होगा? What is going to be the benefit? You know, you tell me the benefit first. Come to read Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. What will happen if I come and read Bhagavad Gita? Will I get better job, or are they paying something? You know, I'll come if they are paying something. So that is mode of passion. You know, always thinking about, you know, some personal benefit. So little selfishness is there. Okay, what else? Passion. Mode of passion. What else do they do? Passion can get angry too. Yes. Anger can be passion and ignorance. Ambitious. Yes. So passion means ambition. मैं ये करूंगा वो करूंगा वो करूंगा वो करूंगा. Mode of passion. आपको क्या आपको क्या चाहिए? पैसा चाहिए, बेस्ट घर होना चाहिए, बेस्ट कार, most beautiful spouse, most handsome spouse. That's what I want. So that is mode of passion, right? What else? Mode of passion is active at what time of the day? What time of the day mode of passion makes? Afternoon, yes. Late, yes, correct. Late morning and afternoon, they are more active. Why? Because they want to do work, money. So daytime they're active. Okay, and mode of ignorance.
Lazy.
Yes. What else?
Anger.
Angry.
Procrastination.
Perfect. Very good. What else?
Eats according to his own desires.
Yes. No discrimination about eating. So Bhagavad Gita talks about foods in the mode of goodness, foods in the mode of passion, and foods in the mode of ignorance. Foods in the mode of goodness are sattvaguni, which are like fruits, vegetables, you know, they are very healthy. And foods in the mode of goodness, they help in prolonging our life, and they are very pleasing, nice, easily digestible. Food in the mode of passion, very spicy, pungent, very salty, spicy. That comes in passion. And food in the mode of ignorance is like leftover, or for very old food, like generally you'll see there are certain foods which are said tamasic, like onion, garlic, non-vegetarian food. All that are in mode of ignorance, right? So that's how described in. Okay, so food in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. What else in the mode of ignorance? They'll eat anything, anytime, anywhere. That is ignorance. Goodness means they'll be regulated. They'll eat, at the right time, right amount of food, not just stuff. And then anything else in ignorance?
Too much of boasting.
Okay, too much of boasting means telling about them.
Yeah, self-praise.
Self-praise. That will come in the mode of passion. The mode of,
They hurt
like
others.
So passion, they like a lot being praised. वो करते ही कुछ praise के लिए. Charity देंगे, हाँ charity दे देंगे, लेकिन you have to write कि ये राणा प्रताप सिंह ने दिया था अपनी दादी माँ के गुजर जाने पे. This was given by Rana Pratap Singh. You have to write it down on the fan. Each fan of the ashram should have my name. Then I will give charity. So that praise and doing things for for getting credits, that is mode of passion. Yeah, somebody else said something about ignorance.
Yeah, they try to hurt others.
They are not. They have no sense. They will say, do things whatever they feel like, whenever they feel like, without being sensitive to other people. They won't be sensitive. They don't care about others.
Indisciplined.
Indisciplined. Very good. Yes. Excellent.
Lust.
That's in the mode of passion. Lust.
Yes.
Lust. Greed.
Passion.
That
Passion में आएगा.
Generally, they are dirty, not
actually, whatever I'm telling, these qualities which are in passion, doesn't mean, so it's not that one quality can be only in one particular thing. Depends on how one's nature and practice is. For example, austerity, tapasya की बात कर रहे थे हम. Tapasya can be in all three, depending upon what intentions you have. Similarly, anger can be in all three, depending upon what is the motivation for the anger. A mother can get angry on the child. Hanumanji was angry on Ravan. Arjun was angry in the battle of Kurukshetra. All are different types of anger, right? So each particular quality can be in different modes depending upon the hidden motive or the internal motive of it. But we are talking about predominantly, like anger generally is bad anger, which leads to problem. But how we do it can decide whether it is going to be passion or ignorance. Okay. Yes. Anybody else saying anything? Otherwise, we'll go forward. So the Durga Devi, she is motivating like a jailer, motivating us to follow the scriptures and don't get under the modes of passion and ignorance. She can control passion, which is very difficult to control. We cannot control. We will get attacked by goodness, passion, and ignorance, all three. So sometimes we'll be in iron chain, sometimes in silver chain, sometimes in gold chain. But chain is chain. We will act in that way. But none of these three are best. None of these three are good position to be in forever. What we want to be in is without any chains. Come out of all three chains, whatever chain I have. Of course, goodness is better, but it's not the best. So if we are in no chain, then we are free. We are in the spiritual world. We are enjoying with Lord. So in the Prakriti, we get punishments like birth, death, old age, disease, and tapatraya, 3 types of miseries. And the idea of Prakriti is rectification, to get better. Better of what? Lust, greed, anger, envy, pride, delusion. We have to rectify all these and get better. And we wear different dresses. 8.4 million species are the dresses which we wear. And we are in chains, like I said, gold, silver, and iron. Now, based upon how we act in this situation determines our destiny. कई लोग कहते हैं कर्मा है या destiny है, क्या है ये? Whether it is karma which is causing this or whether it is destiny which is causing it. So who will tell this? Open question to everybody. Is it the karma which we are doing? It's all destined. Some people say everything is destined. Every damn thing is destined. So then what is karma?
Karma is our actions.
Okay, Aarti, you're saying something where we can't understand. Anybody else?
Karma is our actions.
Okay. So is this a result of karma or is it the result of destiny?
Both.
Karma.
Okay, somebody said both. Who said both? Bhavna?
Yes.
Can you explain?
Karam, yeah, the way you have done something, कर्म जैसे करोगे वैसे ही किस्मत में आएगा आगे. I think, what I think.
Okay.
No, it's wrong.
Okay, anybody else? So this is important to analyze. Some people are born rich, some people are born poor, some people are with disabilities, some people are healthy, some people don't have food to eat, some are so weak. So why is so much discrimination happening? Some are beautiful, some are ugly, some are not so much resources having, not facilities. Some people have a lot to eat, some people have nothing. Why so much discrimination? So one of my friends.
Result of a previous birth.
Okay.
Previous karma also.
So once there was a discussion going on between one Hare Krishna devotee and a Christian, right? So this Christian, he was very strong Christian, background, and he said, so many of you may have come across, sometimes Christians, they will be very offensive towards any other faith. And that's true for all the religions, whether you're practicing Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Sikhism. Some people, they have prejudice towards what their practices is, not so much because they have learned and studied their practice. अगर आप उनसे पूछोगे उनको पता भी नहीं होगा बाइबल में क्या है डिटेल्स. Not because of that, but because मेरा religion है, it's mine. Because it's mine, it has to be the right one. So they'll be like, मैंने believe तुम्हारे उसमें, I don't believe it. हाँ मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है, मैंने अपना भी नहीं पढ़ा, तुम्हारा भी नहीं पढ़ा, but I don't believe it. I believe in what I believe. So that is totally because of false ego. That is the mentality because of false ego. Because of false ego, we tend to stick to what we think is the right thing. And anybody who believes that is my friend. And anybody who doesn't believe in that, I start hating that person for no reason. So sometimes people have that mentality, and the scriptures don't encourage that mentality. The scriptures, like Bhagavad Gita, it says, Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmani Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Swapaki Cha Pandita Samadarshina. Then one who is learned man, he is seeing everyone equally. He's seeing the spark of the Supreme Lord in each and every living entity. So he doesn't become, averse to someone or attracted to someone because of these things. No. So therefore, we must understand that the right consciousness is to not have such prejudice, but actually to be a seeker, to try to learn the higher thing. What are the scriptures saying? What is the Bhagavad Gita saying? How to understand this? So we'll go forward quickly a little bit. So some people may come to this conclusion: God is partial, He is responsible and cruel. So I was just mentioning, one devotee was discussing with a Christian, and this Christian gentleman, he said that he was telling, anybody who does not take to Christianity is going to go to hell forever. He said, you have given only one life. In that one life, if you choose Jesus, then you're going to heaven. If you don't choose Jesus and you choose anything else other than Jesus, then you are going to hell for eternity. So okay. And then he started telling about abortion. He said the abortion is very wrong, and so many people are doing abortion and they are killing. That is so wrong. Then this devotee asked, okay, so what is your understanding, like in your faith? What is the understanding, like what happens for abortion? So he said, see, we have been given, previously he was saying we have been given one life only, and this one life we have to decide whether to go to Jesus or not to go to Jesus. And he said, the devotee said, okay, what about the abortion? What happens? What is wrong with abortion? So he said, if you're doing abortion, that means you're killing an innocent child in the womb. He said, so life is present in the child in the womb? He said, yes, life is present in the child in the womb. He said, okay. So then if the child dies in the womb, does he go to hell forever? He said, no, the child is innocent. He is innocent child. He's got one life and they don't let him live, and he goes, he dies without it. So he's not going to hell, or is he going to hell? He says, no, he doesn't go to hell. So then what is the destination? He goes to heaven, because there are only two options. Either you go to hell or you go to heaven after this life. So if he doesn't go to hell, he goes to heaven and lives there. So then this devotee said, okay, and what is our goal of life? Goal of life is to go to hell, so to go to heaven. Okay, so the goal of life is to go to heaven, and if you kill a child in the womb, then that child is going to heaven, right? Then why are you against abortion? Then you should support abortion, because this is a short way of going back to heaven. If that child is born, and if that child gets a chance to choose, then he may choose, I don't want to go to Jesus. And if you don't want to go to Jesus, then he'll have to go to hell. So if you're so much sure, then why are you opposing abortion? So then this Christian, he started thinking, and he actually realized that he himself got into a trap. He got into a trap because they limit the teachings of Jesus Christ. So in the last 2000 years, what the Bible actually initially said has been, clumped with so many cultural beliefs, so many other beliefs, and so many other theories which have come over the period of time, which has diluted the whole purpose of what Jesus Christ said. Because Jesus Christ was the pure personality who could take everybody to God. But because people have become so much corrupted in the sense of the false ego, that only this is the only way, this is the right way, and anybody who doesn't follow this goes to hell, and things like that, they have totally made it everybody knows that the church was responsible for so many problems in the past. Just like in Indian culture also, we see sometimes when there were people who were having position, like the Brahmanas, they held position of authority. When they did not practice the teachings properly and did not have the character, that affected the whole society to have the trust and the belief in the Brahmanas. Same thing happens with the church as well. Church actually led into so many problems and had so much resistance. That's why Catholic Church was totally, people started protesting against it, and they opened their own Protestant church. And now they have so many sections and subsections of the churches. So basically, it all comes because of false ego. Because of the ego, we are just fighting, and we are not understanding is the one supreme same God who actually can be approached by following the scriptures in the pure way. So God is compared to as a judge. Just like a judge is not really partial. He's not partial to one or the other. He sees the evidences, he sees both things, and then he decides what needs to be done. Similarly, many people already mentioned that so many situations we are put in, and depending upon how we respond to that situation, what karma we do, that determines what destiny we will have in future. Whether it is going to be in short-term future, in the next few minutes, few days, few years, few lifetimes, we don't know. That will be very different, and there's no way we can really say, अच्छा ये आज मेरे साथ ऐसा हो रहा है, इसका definitive reason ये है कि 3 जन्म पहले मैंने ये किया था. No, we can't. But we know for sure that that's how law of karma works. What goes around comes around. What you sow, so shall you reap. So it's very, very important. People sometimes say, "Acha karma karo, do good things." But that is so vague and non-scientific. Because in different society, different places, different cultures, different countries, good word has different meanings. Some things are banned in one country, and some things are totally, and the same things are totally fine in the other country. How will you know whether that is good or bad? So therefore, one has to understand who makes the objective decision, what is right and what is wrong. If you are in road and you are following some traffic laws, you have to follow some traffic laws, otherwise you get fined. Similarly, if you are in this material world, you have to follow the scriptures, which are the manuals given for this material world. And if you follow them nicely, then you are able to get results accordingly. So that is the laws of the nature. We have to follow the laws of the nature. Otherwise, the judge in the court, he gives us the verdict. Similarly, the Lord or the God, he has his energies who are giving us the reactions for our karmas, and that makes our destiny. Depending upon what karma we did, our destiny is made. Does it make sense? So judge is not partial. Similarly, the Lord is not partial. Okay, so we will go to, give me 1 second. Yes. Okay, so Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, so Krishna is saying that I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So it is option for everybody and anybody to become friend of Krishna. And When we take one step towards God, He takes thousands of steps towards us. Like we see in the Mahabharata, once Draupadi, she just used a very small piece of her cloth and stopped the blood coming out of Krishna's body. Now Krishna has a transcendental body. He doesn't, his body doesn't need to have blood. But this was a leela, or the pastime, where Krishna had this, and Krishna reciprocated with that by providing unlimited sari to Draupadi at a time of need. So Krishna is always looking for opportunity to serve. Sammoham sarvabhuteshu name deshasti na priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. Krishna takes pleasure in serving his devotees, like he became the chariot driver of Arjuna. So Lord is seated in everyone's heart as Paramatma and is guiding to each one of us. He is waiting for us to just look at him. So there are different laws. There are laws of physics. Third law of Newton, every action has equal and opposite reaction. Same thing is there in the law of karma too. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Every thought we are having in our mind, which affects our actions or activities, is going to give us some reaction. So we have to be very careful of what thought also we are getting. And we have to work on our thoughts so that we get positive thoughts. As you sow, so shall you reap. Okay, we'll skip this just because of lack of time. So there are three kinds of activities one can do. They are called as karma, vikarma, and akarma. Karma means good activities according to the scriptures. They are good, right? So if you do good, just similar to like activities we talked in the mode of goodness, they are all good activities, right? So if you do that, you get good reactions. Bad activities, like in the mode of ignorance, you get bad reactions. So good and bad. What is akarma? Akarma means those activities which will not give us good reaction or bad reaction. Why? Because both good reaction and bad reaction, they bind us. That's why I said mode of goodness also is like a golden chain. But akarma means such activities which give us spiritual reactions. Akarma can be two types. Either you don't do any activity. So if you don't do any activity, then you will not get good or bad reactions. But honestly speaking, this is not practical. We cannot live without doing any activities. We have to do activities. So then do spiritual activities. Spiritual activities means do activities which will bring us close to the Lord. So everybody eats, for example, right? Is there anybody who doesn't eat here? Anybody? Everybody eats, right? So a devotee also eats, an ordinary person also eats. So how we can do akarma? Can anybody tell? Just an activity of eating, everybody is doing. So how can that be a karma or a spiritual
eating, Prabhuji, by eating only prasadam.
Yes. Thank you. Who spoke?
Rajni.
Hare Krishna, Rajni. Thank you for joining. Okay, yes. So when we go to the market, buy the vegetables, we come home, we clean them, we cook them, we do everything. Now, instead of cooking and eating ourselves, keep it in front of Krishna, and then pray to Krishna to accept, and then take the same food and eat and distribute in everybody. And that way, the same activity which you did for 4 hours, just 10 minutes you took to put it in front of Krishna, and that made the activities of 4 hours, not just 4 hours. The whole day we worked for the money. 8 hours of work, 4 hours of cooking, those 12 hours, everything becomes spiritual. Why? Because now the results we are connecting to Krishna. So that is a karma. And that is true for any activity we may be doing. If we are, getting some or the other opportunity to read the Bhagavad Gita. Somebody likes to read. Normal person also reads. Spiritualist also read. A spiritualist takes the opportunity to read Bhagavad Gita or such thought-provoking books by which he can establish that connection. So it is very, very simple. And Krishna doesn't want too much. What is he says in the Bhagavad Gita? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta pranashyati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmana. वो कह रहे हैं भगवान क्या कहते हैं कि पत्ता पत्रम, just offer me a leaf. We don't have to offer everything, just a leaf. Flower, water, simple things which are available anywhere and everywhere. If we offer it to Krishna, Krishna accepts it, but it has to be with love and devotion. Just one thing needs to be added to it, love. That's what Krishna sees. So that is a karma. A karma is what we need to do. If we keep doing karma, then that will give us reaction. And when it gives us the reaction, if we get bad reactions, then we'll have to take birth again to suffer the bad reactions. And if we get good reactions, then we'll have to come back again to face the good reactions. So good karma, good results. And if we do too much good karmas, we can go to heaven and enjoy there for a few days. But then we'll have to come back. Shine pune marte lokam vishanti. So vikarma is bad activities. We'll have to suffer.
So how about having onion and garlic in food? Is that also a karmic?
Means we are going to get affected by those qualities, but it's not vikarma. It is not that I'm going to get it's not necessarily that it's going to give me bad reactions immediately, but onion and garlic affects our mind in getting inclination towards mode of ignorance. So when I used to eat and when I stopped, I could see how onion and garlic makes you more agitated, more angry easily, and anxiety aa jati hai. So all these things I started feeling calm and more relaxed. So that was my own experience, and also it's seen other times. But we may not need to necessarily make all the changes in one day. Let's start with where we are and make few changes and go step by step. If we can make small changes which can last much longer, that is better. So everybody is in a different position. They have to see what small change they can make. Does it make sense?
Sure, yes, but then
we can't hear.
I'm not able to offer that to.
You're speaking. I can't hear. Can you? Can't hear you.
Okay. What,
maybe type the question and we'll come. Okay,
I'll type.
Yeah, we were not able to hear. I hope everybody is able to hear me clearly and there are no sound problems with that. Okay, good. All right, so there are different kinds of karmas, right? So killing generally is considered a bad activity, but a soldier is killing at the battlefield and the same soldier comes home and then kills his next door neighbor. When he kills in the border, he gets gold medal, silver medal, Paramveer Chakra, everything. And when he kills the person next to his home, he may be put into jail. So killing is there in both situations, but in first situation, the government is giving him rewards. And in the second situation, they are punishing. So what is the reason? The reason is in the first situation, he was doing it in accordance with the order of the government. So similarly, when we do things in order of Krishna or scriptures, then we do not generate any good or bad karma, but we get spiritual benefit. Spiritual benefit is much more, it is much higher than some good pious karma. Pious karma means it is like a bank balance. If you spend money, you lose it. But spiritual a karma is not just simple small bank balance, but upgrading your membership to totally higher level, where you have unlimited access to unlimited amount of things. Make sense? So that's a karma. So a karma things which must be remembered. Yes, somebody is asking question. Okay, one second.
Atul, just now you gave an example of soldier who was doing his duty in the borders, and the same soldier, when he comes back, he kills his neighbor. So, see, that he did the duty, as you said, that was in accordance to the supreme power. Like supreme power here was a government. But then second thing what he did was also like he was made to do. It was not his wish. Both the places at supreme power, one is good and the other is bad.
So is it a question or you're explaining? I didn't understand.
No, I want to have the answer to this. How will you discriminate? Means how will you say that yes, like the first part what it did was, that was because the Supreme Power said, and then that doesn't go for the karma activities, it goes to spiritual activities. But the other one, that is also destined, that also was, I believe, like, it must be from the like what he had destined to do, and it happened. Maybe he was not of that kind, but he did it. So that is again,
Yes.
means I couldn't follow that part.
I think he joined a little later, because I asked the same question before that. Before this, I asked this question and some people answered. So my question was the same, that is it the destiny which is making the person kill, or is his karma? Whether it's the karma or the destiny, what is playing a role here?
No, but the karma, what you said, what you explained as in Bhagavad, like karma, both are karmas, soldier doing at the border and soldier doing here.
Okay, so I'll explain. I think we are mixing few things here. So let's see the whole situation again. So when a person does a particular activity, am I responsible for the activity, or is it already destined that I'm going to do this activity? Which of these two are correct? That is my question to you. Let's say I kill somebody.
In the first case, soldier was assigned to do the duty.
Let's forget about this example. Let's start this. If I kill someone, am I responsible for that killing, as in the sense of my particular choice, or it wasn't my choice, it was already destiny which made me do? Which out of these two are true?
Here it was destiny.
So it was destiny because of which I killed somebody. Then why did the government punish? Why does the government punish a killer?
Prabhuji, there is always choice.
Because it was wrong. What he did was wrong.
But if it is already destined, then where is my choice?
His destiny was to get to get the punishment, to do something wrong and get the punishment.
So who makes this destiny?
That is our actions.
Okay, so yes. So that is our past action which made this destiny, right?
Yeah.
So what is your question then? You are already answering your own question, I thought.
He's making his own destiny.
And the first case, like if the person is doing something good, then what is that? He was destined to be in that place where he had to, like I'm taking an example of soldier only.
Mm-hmm.
So that same person was destined to be at the borders to do something good to
See,
protect the country.
destiny when it comes to rewarding somebody, we reward person based upon what he did, right? That's how the government works. Now,
Yeah.
from spiritual perspective, if somebody is doing something, we don't say this is no, you should not have got the Paramveer Chakra, it should have been your destiny, so it doesn't go to you. No, it doesn't work like that. What we say is that this person did the right thing at the right time in accordance with the need. He needs to get rewarded for it. That's it. He gets the credit for it. Now, from the person perspective of one who is getting the credit, he understands that it's not just that the decision which I made at that time. No, it is all long standing from my previous karmas, and so many things came in place. I got the mercy of Lord and I was able to do this, right? When I do a wrong activity, same thing happens. Because of my previous karma, I was put in a situation where I did some wrong things, because of which I was supposed to act in this way to face this reality. So it is all it's all part of the equation. Our decisions at different time period in the past, recent or remote, have led us to get this particular situation. Now, how I act today is going to determine my future destiny.
That's
so that is, the principle. Now, I'm not still sure if I answered your question or if it got answered, or I have not understood the question yet.
no, it's okay. I'll see. Maybe in your future, I'll get an answer to that.
Okay, or maybe somebody else who understood the question can answer. Anybody else would like to answer?
Prabhuji, from what I understand, there is always free will, right, to make the choice.
Yes,
So
there is always a choice, but that always choice does not necessarily be there all the time. Like, for example, if it was destined for me to act in a particular way, right before that moment, I may not have choice. I may have had choice for a long time before that, but I chose to continue in this manner. So, like, for example, there is always a choice to pass the exam, but I decided not to study for the exam till the last night. And now the last night I have to study for all the 5 years of MBBS and take the exam. So that choice may not be good enough a choice. You see what I'm saying? So you could have passed it provided you would have done right things at the right time. But if you were just, one night, अरे कल एग्जाम है यार सुबह, oh exam है, oh okay, 5 साल की किताबें निकाल के we start reading it, you won't be able to pass the exam. So similarly, the choice is always there, but that does not, there is a period after which, even if we make some changes, the result may not change. At the last night, study the whole night and say यार पूरी रात study किया यार फिर भी fail हो गया, तो पूरी रात इसलिए कि 5 साल नहीं पढ़ाई की.
Like, there's an example. You give an answer to this part. Like, I couldn't follow this part where it will come. Like, there was a boy, very intelligent, used to come first in the class, and then he was in class 10. And then what happened, like, his father was very strict. He was a perfectionist and he wanted his son to be always like, he should never lose a single mark. So what happened, that boy who used to be a topper in the school, when his ICSE board started, every paper he used to answer every question in a proper way, best way, and then he used to scratch away, like, he used to cut those answers, and that this way he completed all the papers and he got 0 in all the papers. And when asked, he said, I just wanted to show my father that I can get this also. What is that?
What do you think?
Destiny or karma?
It's still both. He chose how he wants to act. It was his choice. He made different choices at different time periods, which led to a particular destiny which was revealed in time. It's not one each other. Both are part of the equation. And it's the action of that boy, and there are so many other actions which he must have done in the past because of it. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that this science of action and reaction karma is very intricate to understand. It is not simple that ki ek cheez hui uski wajah se ek result hua. That we simplify and try to explain, but each and every action has so many things. I'll tell you one story. So what happens, Dhritarashtra asks Krishna that Krishna, ye tumne mere sath kya kiya ki mere ko, you gave me 100 children and all the children got killed and I was born blind. Why did this happen with me? This was after, later on. Krishna said, actually 100 lifetimes before, what you did, you were a small boy and you went up a tree. Small means you are like kind of teenager, and you jumped into a tree. You saw that there were two birds there. There was one bird there and 100 children of the bird, the father bird and the 100 children. And you were so violent that by your violence, all the 100 birds, the children, all the children died. 100 children. And the father bird, he became blind by your violence. So you had to get that reaction, and that's why in this life this happened. So then Dhritarashtra was confused. Dhritarashtra said, but why you had to wait 100 life to give me that reaction? So then Krishna said, actually, getting even one child, you need so much pious activities. And because you need so much pious activities to get one child, you did not get done with so much pious activities for all the 100. It took you 100 lifetimes to get that much piety to get 100 sons. And now you have 100 sons, so this was arranged. So the thing is that action and reaction is so complicated, and it is not just one thing at one particular time which can answer something. It happens because of so many reasons at different time period and in different lifetimes sometimes, we cannot pinpoint ki ye is kyun aise kiya. We just have to understand that it's a combination of a lot of things. There is only limited things which in our hands we can try to do, and sometimes that will show positive result, sometimes it may not.
So we can say that because of karma, we are destined to have something.
Yes, because of the karmas, we get destiny to see something, and that karma could happen, like example, just tell a child few things and then we say, okay, tomorrow we'll take test. So depending upon how he practices that day, he can reproduce next day. But we have, let's say, I was giving an example of the whole syllabus of engineering or medicine. 5 years they study, 4 years, and then after the 4 years they take the exam. In that, 1 day or 2 days may not be enough. You need a much longer study of that. So you won't be able to produce the result based upon your karma just in 1 day. So that 1 day may be good enough for a child. So similarly, different situation, the karma or activity we just did before that may be very helpful in changing the destiny, or it may not be helpful. Like for example, you have a student in your school, you don't know whether your personal interaction into his life for a few weeks or few days or few months is going to change his outcome totally or not, because you don't know if it is the 1 day course or it is the whole 5 years of course which you are dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So you have to assume that what you have opportunity, you can offer it, understanding totally well that the result may or may not happen. That's the reason Krishna mentions not focus on the result, but focus on doing the duty in a proper way. So that is why when you do the duty, you are, not careless. कि नहीं यार, कोई भी result हो, नहीं. You are goal oriented. You want to do this for going in this direction, understanding very well that you may not get the destination right away the way you desire, but your direction is towards that. Does it make sense?
Prabhu,
Yes.
Prabhu, this is Rajni here. I just want to know your opinion. I want to say a statement, and I want to know, if it is true or false. What I understood is your choices in life is more powerful than your destiny or your result of the karma. I think it's a true statement.
You're right.
Do you believe so?
You're spot on.
Okay.
That is what in our hands. That is what matters. Destiny or not destiny is not your in your hands. That is something which we are talking about results, and we are not result oriented. We are oriented towards what we can do to make things better. That is our orientation. Just like there is a saying that do your best, leave the rest, and be prepared for the worst. Okay, do your best, hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst, and leave the rest. Okay, we'll continue. We'll try to end it quickly. Okay, what is the duration of the results of karma? So karma is going on for long time. It could be instant karma, like what we talked. The result may come immediately, or it may be delayed, like ATM and the check. So there is some tree, you put the seed and the seedlings come within few days, and some seed you put sow the seed, and the result or the seedling comes after many weeks, months, or even years. So we don't know. These are different examples of the different karmas. Dhritarashtra, we already discussed the story of Dhritarashtra, right? So law of karma. So law of karma, individual karma can be there, that we are alone and we are driving a car, we get an accident, or combined karma. Combined karma means when we are in a flight and the whole plane gets into an accident.
So Prabhuji, how you can justify like the people sitting in that plane, like 50 or 60 people, how their karma got joined so well,
Yeah.
so cleanly?
That's how the beauty is. Krishna structures things in such a way. वो कहते हैं ना, एक तीर से दो शिकार, कृष्णा एक तीर से कई सारे शिकार कर देते. We don't understand. But we should not be hard-hearted to people who are suffering. ऐसे नहीं कि हम ये सोचें लोगों की suffering देख के we start thinking, he must have done wrong things, that's why he's getting it. That is very, very wrong. When we see something happening negative or something which is, the devotee becomes very compassionate. He's not judgmental. They must have done wrong things. No. So here, somebody says, Acha, I didn't know law of karma in the past, but I did wrong things. So then it won't work on me, right? Because I didn't know it. So ignorance of the laws does not make you immune to it. If you go to a new country and you drive there and you cross the red light, still you will get the ticket. Police will come and catch you. You can say, oh, nahi, I am new here. मैं नया हूँ यार बाबा, यहाँ मेरे को मत पकड़ो. They'll say, you should have inquired, should have known this earlier. You have to face the results. So give us the fine, $200. So ignorance is not an excuse. So we must be very careful in our life. We shouldn't think, oh, I didn't know all this, so that's okay, I can do any nonsense. No, that is not at all acceptable. You know it now, make the change in your life. Start with small steps and pray to God. God is not a hard-hearted master, but he's a soft and kind friend of all. He is waiting for us to see him. Good and bad karma nullify each other. What do you say? Do good and bad karma nullify? I did some bad activity and now I'll do good. They'll both nullify. Does that happen?
No,
Yes?
no, Prabhuji.
No. Good and bad karmas don't nullify each other. Nope. So if you do bad things, you get bad reactions. If you do good things, you get good reactions. But if you do a karma and you spiritualize your life and you go to Krishna, then your good and bad reactions get burned. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Who will complete the shloka? Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja.
Em tum sarv papebhyo mokshayashyami ma shucha.
Very good. This is the most important shloka of the Bhagavad Gita, 18.66, right? And one of my friends, he was a devotee and he was taking his IAS exam many years back. He was preparing for his IAS exam, and in his CV, in his biodata, he wrote that one of the hobbies, reading Bhagavad Gita. So then in the interview, IAS interview, because these people who take interview, they are very, sharp. They have knowledge of all these, everything, many things. So then he went to the interview, and the interviewer, he asked him this question. He said, okay, you wrote Bhagavad Gita. You read Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to tell one shloka of Bhagavad Gita. I'll tell half and you complete the last half. And he said, this is the shloka of the Bhagavad Gita which is considered to have the most essence of the whole Gita. And that was this shloka. He said, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. So the last two lines he had to complete. And my friend, he told those two lines and he was selected in IAS. He said, he completed the shloka and he was selected. So this is how Krishna works. So good and bad karmas, they don't cancel. Get the reactions of both. Okay, so there's one more story, but because of lack of time, I'll skip that. Okay, so what should we do now? We should perform a karma. A karma means bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga. Yoga word is very common these days. What does yoga mean? Yoga means to connect. Connect with God, right? Connection of the soul with the super soul. That connection can happen by so many ways. And in the current age, which is Kali Yuga, the most easiest method is bhakti yoga. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to leave anything. You can stay where you are and still practice in everyday life. Whatever activities you're doing, you just have to transform this and transform your desires. And that way, you will be able to perform bhakti yoga. That is real karma. Okay. So life is a preparation and death is the examination. Therefore, devotees, they are not afraid of death. Death is like closing your eyes here, and then when you open the eyes, you are with Krishna. But if we are practicing bhakti yoga, if we are not practicing bhakti yoga, then what is death? Ayur harati vaipumsam udyamastan chayanaso, which means that every rising and setting of the sun, we are going one day towards death. Death is just sitting next to us, ready to attack. We don't know when she will attack. But when we are connected to the Supreme Lord, then that same death is not going to attack. Death will be like a stepping stone. It is just like a stool. We will step on death and we will be able to touch Krishna's feet. And Krishna will take us. That is how it is. You close your eyes and when you open it, you are with Krishna. That is how practitioner of bhakti yoga. So it's so much of a huge difference. Otherwise people are fearful, anxious, about death. What is going to happen? We don't know where are we going to go. So summary, why do bad things happen to good people? Because of our activities which we perform in this material world, in the past lives and in this life, based upon which our future is created. So anything which is happening to us we have to take a responsibility that sometime in the past I made some choices, some decisions because of which this is coming. Let me take shelter of Krishna and get guidance. When we take shelter of Krishna, read the Bhagavad Gita, get his guidance, we know what to do, what not to do. And when we come together and discuss and understand Bhagavad Gita in a scientific way, then our answers come, all our questions get answers, and we are able to practice in everyday life, and that way we are very, very happy and joyful. Okay, so that was today's seminar. I'll end it here. I'll leave a couple of minutes now for any questions, answers, any comments, any points anybody wants to share.
Prabhuji, there was a question posted in the chat. I'm very interested to know the answer to about prasadam. Can you answer that?
Yeah. What is the question?
Alka Mataji wrote, we can't offer onion garlic food to God. So how do we have prasadam?
So if you can't offer onion garlic food to God, so what? And you want to offer food. देखो, अगर आपके घर कोई आता है, some person comes to you, right? And you want to offer that person food. तो क्या आप उसकी पसंद का खाना बनाओगे या अपनी पसंद का बनाओगे? क्या लगता है आपको? अलका माता जी, अगर आप इसको घर में बुलाते हो, क्या हो यार हमारे घर आओ, लेकिन खाना यही खाना पड़ेगा भैया जो हम खिलाएंगे, ऐसे नहीं कि आपकी पसंद का बने, ये थोड़ी
उसकी पसंद है, डेफिनेटली
आप उसकी पसंद का बनाओगे, राइट? आप ये नहीं उसे कहोगे कि भैया आपको टींडे तो पसंद नहीं है ना, हाँ टींडे ही बनाएंगे भैया हम, we'll make sure we make टींडे for this person who is coming to home. You will make the food which he likes or she likes, right? So if you want to offer prasadam to Krishna, bhoga to Krishna, then best thing is to find out what he likes, right? What do you think? अगर कोई एक गेस्ट आता है तो हम उसके पसंद का बनाने के लिए तैयार हैं. We are ready to make for that particular person, right? But coming, the Supreme Lord, he is personally coming and is accept the food which is cooked by on your own hands. Isn't that a privilege? कल को आपके घर मोदी जी आते हैं, आप उनको उनके हाथ अपने हाथ से वो चीज नहीं बना के खिलाओगे जो उन्हें पसंद है. Will you or won't you?
Yes, I agree.
So now Krishna is coming. He himself personally coming. You can start with offering, offer fruits, offer sweets, make some preparation at least once a day for him, which doesn't have onion garlic. Start with that. If you think, that onion garlic is much more tastier, then you can, continue, onion garlic if at this point you don't want to, change. But try to make something for Krishna which you can offer. Start with that. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. But Prabhuji, is it wrong to offer, let's say somebody said they cannot make without onion garlic, but we will offer with onion. Is it wrong to offer with onion garlic?
It is same as somebody comes to your house, you know what is his likes and dislike, still we are giving him something which he doesn't like. I mean, it's always good to offer, but we know what he likes, so we can probably have that choice. But if we are so much eating, we can ask. But that's generally, we know that Krishna, has already told what he likes and what he doesn't.
And Prabhuji, it is the same thing like if somebody doesn't like to eat meat and we offer meat, it's the same thing. We always ask people,
may not be totally same, because meat has very, very heavy karma and lot of things. Onion garlic is still, plants, so it's not exactly the same. But if I don't like something and someone offer me, even though he knows or she knows I don't like it, it's not the best thing. But again, it's better to offer Krishna something than nothing. At least add Krishna in your life. So that is the bare minimum we can start with. But we shouldn't stay there. Our goal should be to to be able to, give the other person what he or she likes, right? Just think in your family only. Somebody doesn't like Karela, your spouse doesn't like Karela, and you make Karela and you offer the spouse, please yaar, kha ke dekh, right? So that kind of is something which may not necessarily be taken in a positive way, especially by spouses. But still, they have other means by which we can express our love for them, right? For family members. Similarly, we can express our love for Krishna in so many different ways. And if we anyways are eating something, now there could be a different situation. Let's say I'm in a situation where I don't have anything else. I don't have an ability or a capability to prepare, nice thing. Now, whatever comes to me and I have to, accept or eat it for keeping my body and, maintaining my body. At that time, I may have to, offer something which may not be the best, but at least better than not offering. Right? So that may be a different situation, that this is the only thing I have, somehow or the other I got it, let me just offer whatever I have to Krishna. So that is a different mood. So it's all time, place and circumstance. Sense? Everybody's on mute.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I won't take any longer. Anybody has any other questions, comments, or any points? Otherwise, we'll end it here. And tomorrow will be the last day of our series of seminar. So please try to join tomorrow, and we'll be done with our course. We are trying to put most of the things, upload them. I don't know if we'll be able to upload every single presentation or not, but we are trying. And thanks to Tarachand Prabhu. He is, helping out in doing this. Very, very grateful to him. So tomorrow will be practical application of Bhagavad Gita in daily life. So when you come tomorrow, then we'll discuss this and many other relevant things. So make sure you have questions. Tomorrow will be more of a question answer session than, just presentation like what we did. Okay. Yes.
Can I ask a question today, or shall I ask it tomorrow only?
You can ask the question. If the answer is long, then we'll take it tomorrow.
Okay, then I'll ask it first. If you like to take it up, it's okay. So Atul, you said that.
Can't hear you.
Atul, am I audible? Hello.
Intermittently. Now you are audible.
So Atul, as we discussed, that our good deeds don't overshadow or nullify our bad deeds. So how, first of all, do we get over our bad deeds, like what we have done wrong? And does not God believe in forgiveness?
Very good. That is a part of tomorrow's seminar.
Great.
Thank you.
Question
Thank you. Okay.
Yes. There's more questions.
Thank you.
Who else has question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so-
where you are uploading that seminar videos?
It is in YouTube channel ISKCON Lansing.
Yeah, I know that. It's
That
over there.
all our seminars.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else had some question?
Yes, I wanted to ask, if we say that we should eat plants and we should offer also plants, plants are or also the living beings. So how does karma react, when we have the
Yes,
plants?
that is going to be tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for your patience, audience. We'll end it here, and we will get together tomorrow. Thank you once again. Tomorrow will be last day, so please make sure you come up with all your questions and stuff, and then we'll plan for different series or courses in subsequent weeks. Maybe next one we will start next month, or I'll let you know. And then whoever is interested in joining, they can let me know. Okay, thank you once again. We'll end here. Vanchakalpatarvashakapa sindhubhaya patidhanam pavanayo vaishnavino namaha. Hare Krishna.